Alright, it's been a few days since I've played, but it's finally time to travel to the northwest. We do still have 27,000 gold. So we are absolutely cruising in terms of money. We don't have to really worry about that at all, which is amazing, because I am praying that we get there fast and safe, and then we can just spend all of our money on new armor and new spells and new weapons. Because so far, every single time we get to a new town, we've got no money, we need to revive players, we need to heal up at the inn, and then we're just completely broke. So finally, for once, we're traveling with a decent sum of money, and so I'm praying that we'll be able to completely stock up at the next town. We also still have a lot of like potions and stuff from the last time that we were exploring the dungeon, so we should still be good in terms of healing and any poison enemies that we encounter and stuff like that. And I saw something extremely important in the comments of one of my videos. Apparently, you can use spells outside of combat. So even if we get poisoned and then we leave combat, we should be able to just, like, I don't know, hit the magic button or something. Yeah, and then we can just use heal or poisona. And that's crazy, because this whole time I've been like conserving. Oh, we cannot go up here. Okay, new plan then. We're going to head here, and actually we're gonna head kind of around up here and head to the port that's right below the right of my shadow and continue from there. But anyways, like I was saying, I've been being very sparing with my potions, or at least I've been trying to, because I like having a stock, but I've been wasting them because I'll get into a fight and I'll be poisoned and I'll have to leave the fight because we finish it up right when I get poisoned. And so I've just been using the antidotes and stuff to heal, but apparently I can just heal on the map. And that means I also might not need to waste a turn healing. If I know that I can kill them this turn, I can just not waste the chance of not killing them and then just heal once we get back to the map, which is actually huge. But since I'm just going to be running through enemies, since apparently we can't go that way, I'm going to travel up north and I'll be back when we get there. Okay, we've taken a quick nap in Cornelia, so now we can head on back to the boat, and we should be just pretty close to that new port. I'm not sure if we're going to encounter any new water enemies on the way there. I'm assuming we won't, because it's still the same sea as before, but once we dock our boat, we're probably going to immediately start seeing some new enemies, so we're going to have to be a little careful, but we should be fine for the most part. I think we're plenty strong enough to explore this new area at this point. We're pretty much demolishing and one-hitting like all of the water creatures besides maybe the shark. I didn't encounter a single shark on my way up here, but I'm feeling quite strong. I'm gonna go down first just because it's probably gonna be a dead end, and we are actually seeing the same enemies, so it's possible that we're not going to see any new enemies until we travel off to the east, just because this is like an extension of the areas we've already been to. Ooh, we got a new cave. That's awesome. Now I'm curious if that's like a dungeon or just like a little room, so I'll probably walk in there just to see and then maybe walk out. I'm not sure if I want to explore the land first or explore the cave first. I feel like I'm actually, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go in there and then leave. I'm so close to the starter town that I can pretty much run here extremely fast. So I was gonna say I'm not worried about dying and coming back, but this does not seem like a dungeon. These guys look like homies, so I think I'm just gonna hang out here for a little bit. Lolly ho! Oh, damn! He's a whole acrobatic! Hiya, grabbed we or Smith? In the smithy he is? What? Okay, I do not understand the language of the gnome people. We a crystal eye, even the blind can see. I hear that the dark elf Astos nicked the one belonging to my Mitoya. Oh, I was supposed to go to this place earlier, because these guys are telling me information that I did not know about. So I guess I'm kind of working backwards. I guess it makes sense, because the port is so close to the starting town. But I think I was supposed to come here before going to the Dark Elf King. But it doesn't really matter. I'll probably just blitz through this new area then, and then start traveling to the east and see what's over there. That's Soond? Aye, that's Narek. He's smashing rocks in the back of the cave. Oh, the sound. Okay, I'm like struggling to understand these guys. It should just make sense, but I'm just not understanding. Mind that when it comes to defense, a good armlet can be very bit as vital as body armor. You should try one out sometime. Okay. I do have some armlets. These guys are telling me information that I've already learned a long time ago. That's soon die. That's yeah. I'm looking for some Levistone. It's supposed to be amazing material that can make things float in the air. Okay, so I could probably get like a flying boat so that I don't have to boat in the water. I will say, when I was watching like the opening cutscene in this game, which obviously was not in the original, when I was watching the opening cutscene, there was a scene where there was a boat flying over the land. And I'm a little bit salty that I got spoiled that I'm gonna get a levitating boat, but now I do know at least that I need to get a Levistone, and then traveling will probably be so much easier. But I'll probably have to fight aerial enemies if I had to guess, so that'll be a whole new problem if I ever make it there. When I make it there. We, a crystal eye, even the blind can see. Yeah. Chest contains 500 gold. Let's go. I just stole 1,000 gold from these gnome people. I want to see this guy do a flip again because he's awesome. There doesn't seem to be much down here. The earth has started to rot to begin. It began in the west, and now the decay spreads. I see. Oh, okay, I'm gonna save him for last, because he's probably gonna make me an awesome sword, if I had to guess, obviously. He's probably the Soond. Damn, this goes far down south. We've got a whole mining area. This guy looks important. Nitro powder. I've got nitro powder! Finally, we have a use for nitro powder! The explosive force in this powder will have a canal open in no time flat. I owe you bairns. Oh, he already took it. He didn't even ask for it. That's crazy. Oh, we got the whole squad. We're all here to watch him blow this up. There we go. Now we can blast through this rock to now we can blast this rock to smithereens. It's really messing me up having to read what he's saying like this. What are you standing around for? That powder is set to blow. Unless you plan on going with it, you best get out while you still can. I feel like this is just gonna make a giant circle instead of going straight down like he wants it to. But we'll see, I guess. Oh! Is he gonna make it so I can cross the land? Or is he gonna open up a path to the ocean? That's actually huge. So we've got a path out to the ocean now. That's actually pretty awesome. I'm not sure if there's anything out to the left that we couldn't have just reached, like, by land anyways. But it's still pretty cool that we have that little shortcut open. Is that all that did, though? Did that not actually... I'm surprised this whole place isn't flooded as well. I cannot wait to see what lies out there beyond the canal. Okay, so I guess that was purely for the purposes of opening up a shortcut that goes somewhere. Maybe, you know, I wonder if we travel to the left on land, we're gonna end up getting blocked anyway, so we'd have to go by sea, but I don't know, we'll have to see. Great Helm. 10, oh my god, so much loot! Worm Killer. Ether. Potion. Mithril Mail. 500 gold, and a cottage. Okay, we've got some great armor, which I'm assuming can all go on block and will be better for him, but we'll have to see. We've got the Worm Killer, which does do 1 more damage. It's got the same accuracy, which is amazing. And I think we might want to put the Werebuster on Risa now, because it's the same. So I guess it doesn't really matter which one we use. So I guess I will use the Rune Blade, because the Rune Blade is good for slimes, right? I don't remember what exactly it does. Let's see if we can find it in here. I think I need to unequip it first. Oops. Werebuster, and then we can go to items. Oops. Rune Blade, a sword that is effective against spellcasters. Okay. So I am going to keep the Rune Blade, because that sounds useful countermeasure. And I feel like the Werebuster, I feel like we just don't really have that many problems with that kind of enemy. So it should be fine. We should have... Yeah, Great Helm gives us 2 more defense for the same weight, which is huge. And Mithril Mail. I'm actually not going to put this on him for 2 reasons. One, I'm realizing it's chainmail, so it's better evasion, worse defense. But that means that it should be good on someone else, like Risa, that can now wear Mithril Mail. I'm pretty sure these guys cannot wear, chainmail. Okay, that's actually huge though. And, okay, no, she cannot wear the other helmet we have, but that's fine. Risa just got a big defense buff, which is amazing. I feel like Risa needed that. Now we just need to buff the other 2 mages, and we should be cruising even more than we are now. When we go outside, I will also check the map and see if there's like a port out to the left that we can't get to, because I'm sure that opened up something. I'm just not sure what it is yet, but for now we gotta talk to this guy and then we can keep exploring. If only I could have some of the legendary metal adamantite, I'd be able to craft such a magical sword. Okay, so we need adamantite to come back here, and until that happens, we don't really need anything. Awesome flip. So now that we're out here, we can look at the big map. And I'm not sure what the point of opening that up is, because it looks like we can explore it all by land. However, I'm willing to bet that once we make it to that port that's just to the left of where we are, there's probably a town around there. So it'll probably be a lot easier to travel from that town to the starter town Cornelia, and that's probably the point of that little shortcut. So we are going to travel by land, and then we'll come back through the shortcut, which will actually be quite convenient now that we can not have to run all the way across the land. Because I will say, traveling all the way out here to the west, it's a long journey. It's not too bad because we're pretty strong at this point, and I think we were supposed to do this area a little bit earlier than we actually did. But it does take a long time regardless. And you know what? We might actually be blocked off by this mountain here. I assumed that we wouldn't be, just because I didn't think I saw anything blocking us on the map, but it looks like now we are. Yep. I just misread the map, so I guess this area is going to be a dead end. We're going to have to go through the canal, which is honestly totally fine, and I'm quite excited for that, because I'm assuming, like every other boat landing spot we've been to before, there's a town pretty close by. We've encountered what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the ports? And so far, every single one besides this one, was like right next to a town. And even this one is right next to the dwarf and area thing that they've got. So it must just be... I'm actually gonna real quickly cast the... do I not have an AoE lightning spell? I thought I did. Yeah, I do. Okay, I'm gonna cast this because I want to kill all those guys. But yeah, even that port above us is right next to the dwarven little dungeon thing, so pretty much everywhere we've been to is right next to a town. Now, unfortunately, the dwarves didn't have like a shop to buy a bunch of expensive stuff with, but we should still be able to get stuff at the next location. I'm also realizing that Block's new sword is green, and that looks pretty cool. I also accidentally cast Thundara again, and I'm going the wrong direction. But whatever, this is fine. Oh, and there is a little town here. Okay, excellent. It doesn't really matter that I cast Thundara then, because I've got this place. Melmond. Oops, I left town, didn't I? Yes. I should just walk in. I was trying to find a secret outside, but whatever, I'll find it. This place is pretty sad. There's a lot of gravestones. It's very murky, very muddy. But surely some of these gravestones have something on them, right? Surely I'm not wasting my time checking every single one. If the Earth's crystal regains its glow, life will return to the Earth. The hills and valleys will again be green. Okay, so there's a crystal somewhere that I gotta check. Stop by my father's shop, okay? Okay, we do have magic shops here, which is awesome. We can buy some spells, potentially. Then again, I'm assuming that these spells are going to be cheaper than the other spells, because this area is technically easier than the last one, I think. In the cave on the southern tip of this continent lies a man named Sada. He's a wise man who knows much. Huh. I've been through the cave on the southern tip of this continent, and I've never seen him. Oh, you know what? Maybe he means like the west, the far west part, and then south. Because why would he be talking about something way down below? He's probably talking off in the corner. So I will have to go there then and see what he's got to offer. What's his name? I've come all the way from the Dorote to find out the spring height of the Earth's decay. So he's trying to figure out what the hell's going on here. I've heard that the ancients possessed something with the power to make ships float in the sky. I wonder if maybe here I can find the float stone then. Oh, that building is not accessible. This guy probably has nothing to talk about. Long ago, a prosperous civilization thrived in the Northland. Now it's fallen into ruin. I'm assuming the Northland is going to be like the final area. There's probably going to be like a castle or something there to fight. So I'm probably going to be going there last, or at least pretty near the end of my journey. The giants living in the cave oh, okay, there's one giant. I was like, how could the giants eat rocks? But I'm picking up what you're putting down. He'll eat just about any kind of rock, but I hear he especially likes gems. He can't get enough of them. Okay, so I can probably befriend him if I give him some rocks to eat. The Cavern of Earth is to the south of Melmond, on a peninsula called the Devil's Tail. It used to be the closer you got to that cave, the more fertile the soil. Now it's a barren wasteland. Okay. The earth is decaying, and it's all the doing of the vampire that lives in the cavern of Earth. Our town is in such rotten shape because he's blocking the flow of the power of Earth. Will you stop him for us? Okay, so I've got some quests to do. I've got to go to the wizard to the south. I've got to go stop some guy, and I've got to get to the cave and feed the guy rocks, apparently. But let's see what we got here. I did see also an NPC off to the right, like beyond the lake, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get around over there. Welcome. Silver armlet. Okay, we do already have one for Yela. We must have just picked it up in a chest. I think we picked it up in a chest in the marsh. So that's pretty cool. The great helm we already have, and only one person can wear it. Steel gloves we also already have, which I think we got in the same spot. So I guess we need to buy one silver armlet. But there's also knight's armor. which 34 defense, 33 weights. I'm going to see what we have right now, because I know we just got some. Okay, yeah, that's quite a lot better than what I have right now. So I am going to try and save for that and buy it. But first I'm going to buy the silver armlet, because that seems pretty important. And I'm going to equip that first, and then I'll sell all of my extra stuff, because I've not sold my stuff in quite a long time. So let's get that done, and hopefully I'll get a decent chunk of change from that. We don't need the chainmail anymore. We don't need the helm anymore. We don't need the copper armlets anymore, either of them. And bronze gloves, mithril knife. Werebuster we can keep, because it's the same as the rune blade, so I don't want to get rid of that quite yet. Beltion we can get rid of. It's kind of sad because we've had it for so long, but it is what it is. We'll have to get rid of it. Don't want my inventory to be full of garbage at the end of the game. And I want to get as much money as I can, because I'm going to have to save up for knight's armor, which is ridiculously expensive. Honestly, I'm actually changing my mind. I don't want knight's armor. Because right now... Oh, I see. We can just walk right here. But right now, Block, our tank, can literally tank anything. There's not been a single time that he's been, like, close to die. Like, maybe one time he was close to dying, but even then he was quite safe compared to every other character on the party. So I feel like I'm not really worried about Block right now, so I'm just going to leave that be. And probably save money for either spells, see if there's new weapons in there, or just wait to buy better armor in the future. There's nothing I, the great genius Dr. Un, do not know. What? You've never heard of me? Inconceivable. Okay, that was a nothing burger conversation. I thought that this guy was going to have something important to say, but apparently not. I guess we'll check weapons and then we'll sleep at the inn. Hosier is useless, Saber's old and useless. Longsword. Interesting. A large double-edged sword. This is 20 attack and 10 accuracy. Compared to 19 attack, 15 accuracy, 18 attack, 15 accuracy. I'm actually not going to buy any of this. Because while the longsword does do +1 and +2 damage for each of them, I feel like the worse other stat, I forget what it's called, I feel like it's just not worth it. It's not worth the money. I'd rather buy like spells or something. But let's see what level they've got. Oh, they've got level 5 spells. Let me quickly check what kind of spells I have equipped right now, because I don't remember the level of all of our spells. Okay, so we've only got up to level 4 with all of my characters. So we are going to be interested in buying some level 5 spells. Restores a lot of HP to one ally. I mean, it's fine. It's good. And I'll probably give it to Grok, but I'm going to save for now and see what other options we have, because I really like the AoE heal. I feel like no matter what, unless someone's like on death's door and everyone else is fine, the AoE heal is just always going to be better. But again, this is a completely separate level, so we're going to have more mana to use it with. So definitely probably going to get that. Life, revive one KO'd ally. Oh, okay, this might actually completely mitigate the use of Kiraga ever, because why would I want to heal one person by a lot when I could literally resurrect them? Then again, they'll probably revive at 1 HP, so we'll have to test this. I'm going to buy it. No questions asked anyways, but we will have to test that for sure. Deals some damage to all undead enemies. I feel like we're fine with the other one. It's still doing quite a lot of damage. Restores HP to the entire party. Oh man. So, I mean, obviously we want this over Kiraga, because it's just better. And I suppose we just wait until we get some level 6 spells to determine what to do with Kiraga, because I don't want to give a healing spell to Risa because I feel like she's too strong. I feel like it won't be very effective on her. So I'm just going to leave that be for now, and I'm also not going to buy the undead spell because we have the old one that's still doing fine, and I'd much rather just use healing spells if I can when I'm using Grok's mana. Firaga deals fire damage to all enemies. Now this could be good. Instantly kills all enemies? What? Is this not just like the most broken spell of all? It must have like a very low success rate or something. Transport the party to the previous floor. So nobody can use this? I'm gonna assume we probably needed like a rogue or something for this, which is unfortunate. But I almost kind of like that we can't use it, because being able to use your resources in such a way and plan to leave when you can still survive is cool. Because like last time we had to run away from the dungeon at the very end when we were starting to run out of heals and all that, and we just barely made it back to town. I'm pretty sure it was Grok that died on the way. So I do like not having teleport, surprisingly, so I'm definitely not going to get that, obviously because I can't, but I'm glad that I can't anyways. Reduces one enemy's number of attacks. I feel like this could be good against like a boss, but I also feel like these spells never work on bosses anyways. So I'm probably going to, first of all, give Firaga, because it's an AoE spell for Risa, which is good. Instantly kill all enemies. I mean, I have to try it. That just sounds so good. It's probably only going to work on weaker enemies, or just non-boss enemies at the very most. But I do want to test that and see, and I'm going to get Slowra as well for Yela, because if that does work on a boss, that would be actually really, really useful, because so far all of the other negative status ailment effects like sleep and stuff, every time we use it on a boss or dark, it just doesn't work. Nothing happens. So we're gonna have to test that on a stronger enemy. I am gonna take a nap, and then we can start traveling more. This place is all messed up. 100 gil. Has it? I haven't been looking at the price recently. I'm pretty sure it's been 100 gil this whole time. Like ever since we got to the elf village, it's been 100 gil, which is kind of crazy because I remember thinking like how insanely expensive the elf village was, but now 100 gil is like chump change. I have so much money. I'm going to put everyone on defense, and I want to try immediately to use Scourge and just see what happens, because I'm so curious. Okay, so it's probably got a low attack rate or low success rate, but it will probably be incredibly good for weaker enemies, because obviously the weaker the enemy, the less likely I am to miss, I'm pretty sure. But also, just being able to have like a flock of 9 enemies, even if they're pretty strong, I'm probably still gonna hit like 3 of the 9 at the very least. And that would be absolutely huge. Especially if the boss is constantly spawning. We haven't really had a boss that spawns a bunch of little guys before. But if the boss is spawning a ton of little guys just over and over, and we're constantly being forced to deal with that, I feel like it would be very useful to be able to just spam kill all of those guys real fast. I am going to turn off auto mode because I want to, first of all, use Poisona on block. But second of all, I want to defend with my mages because I'm realizing Block and Risa are both one-shotting, and Grok and Yela are not really doing enough damage, which is fine. But there's not really a point to having them attack. I can actually have one attack up there now, and then the other one defend, because we should be able to kill them all pretty fast now. Each one shot, yeah. Perfect. Oh, and Grok and Yela both leveled up. Risa's one fight away as well. That's huge. There's nothing up there in the top left, so we gotta start going down south. I can also see on the minimap what they were referring to as the Demon Tail Peninsula, I believe they called it, something like that, which makes sense because it does look like the tail of a demon, like the point on a demon tail. I'm probably gonna save that for last, because I'm pretty sure that is where, like, they said some sort of, you know, demon. Was it a vampire or something? I don't remember exactly what they said, but I'll go there last. It does look like I'm unable to get to the area past this mountain, but I'm hoping that maybe through this cave I can get there. Giant's Cave. Oh, I'm probably going to be stuck here until I give this guy some rocks. Oh, okay. I thought that I was fighting him, but this is just the tarantulas I'm fighting, so that's good. Oh, they fleed. Okay, that's cool. Oh no, I accidentally went into the second key. I swear Yela never attacked. What happened? Block is taking unnecessary damage to poison now. But this is a perfect opportunity to test. If we go into the menu and use Grok's magic, we should be able to use Poisona on block. Wow, that's actually amazing. I cannot believe I never tried that. That is so much more convenient than before. It looks like I cannot get past him. Okay, so basically we need to come back when we have rocks. And because he was just brought up as a character, I'm assuming that I'll be able to get rocks when I go through the Demon Tail Island. Oh, you know what? I'm realizing Yela's not attacking because I told him to block. That was the last thing I told him to do, so he's just been on the defense. I gotta change that next time. But we are at the Demon Tail. Let's just look around for now. I'm going to start organizing my team to attack more optimally instead of just turning on auto attack like a dummy. I'm gonna have my two weaker guys attack the bottom, and then I can turn on auto attack and speed things up a little bit. Because now the first 4 enemies should go out in the first round, yeah, and then they can just wall up the last guy. Oh, come on, I got poison again. I'm burning through my mana with Poisona. But it's fine. Right now, we're just using exploration, basically. If we need to, if we get to, like, the castle or whatever is here and it's like really difficult, we can always run back to town and take a quick nap in order to restore our stuff. I'm just gonna put on auto attack because I want everyone to attack the big guy first anyways. But yeah, we can always just heal up, restore our mana, and then run directly here instead of running through the cave and stuff like we did this time. So we should be fine. I'm not too worried about it. Especially if, hopefully, there's not really any poison enemies in this cave. That would be the best case scenario. But, yeah, I feel like we're doing fine. We're pretty much demolishing all of the enemies here. We did not need to buy the long swords. We're doing more than enough damage. And we're at the Cavern of Earth, which I'm gonna take a wild guess here and say that the Cavern of Earth probably has a lot of crystals in it. So hopefully we can find something good and feed the big guy. I am worried that there's going to be spiders in here. Let's at least encounter one group of enemies and see if they're poisonous. Yeah, there are tarantulas in here, so we are going to have to deal with a lot of poison. And because of that, I'm going to run back to town and come back to the cave, and then we can fight through this dungeon. We can probably run away from the enemies on the way here if they end up being poisonous. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get a quick escape or not, but hopefully I can. And that said, I'm going to end this episode here. You're going to have to wait. When we come back, though, I'll be back here again. I'll have more mana, and we can start exploring our second dungeon, which is going to be a lot of fun. I love exploring the dungeons. and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye!